Okay, we are live. Hi, this is Attorney Walter Hnot, the most viewed, subscribed to, clicked on, and likely the most popular disability attorney when it comes to Social Security disability benefits. So let's get into this real quick. What we do Mondays and Thursdays, but it's Tuesday because I fell asleep at my desk yesterday a little bit, and then I just had to go to bed because I was too tired. It was too late. Usually Mondays and Thursdays I go live. Here are the rules. We do about 30 minutes. I take calls. It's all live. I answer them for free. No story mode when you call in. Have your legal question ready. No, I can't give you a perfect legal answer. Don't expect it because you don't give me the whole fact pattern. Some of you give me a little bit of schmoozy, a little lie here, lie there. So can't give you a perfect legal answer. Please remember to use a fake name when you call in. Now, let me give you the phone number. Coach already put it up there. It is the 407-279-1754. Again, 407-279-1754. Here's how it works. You call in, ask me the question. Try and summarize. Some of you guys will have like 4 sentences to ask one question. Try and summarize. I can usually figure out where you're going with it within the first part of the first sentence. So try to summarize, okay? With that said, we're going to go ahead and basically rock and roll through this. Now, when it comes to Medicare stuff, I don't do Medicare stuff. I don't sign people up for Medicare. I partnered over here with Chapter. Chapter is I think they are the largest basically broker for Medicare benefits. Give them a call right here. We have the first call. Let's go ahead and bring them on real quick. Here we go. Speaker is on. Hi, this is Attorney Walter Hnot. We are live on YouTube. Remember to use a fake name throughout this process. What is your legal question? Go ahead. Oh, okay. So another thing, I forgot this. When you call in, very, very, very important. When you call in, make sure you mute the TV so that we're just talking through the phone. Hi, this is Attorney Walter Hnot. We are live on YouTube. What is your legal question? Go ahead. Yep, go ahead.
Hey.
Howdy. Go ahead.
Hey. I talked to you before. I didn't. My name's Joe, and I have SLMD, which is was it Medicare? It pays for Medicare, the Medicare premium.
Sure.
Because of my low income.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a digital asset that could bring, we call it, it's an intangible asset that could possibly bring in, say, $300 a month.
Okay.
Or it could possibly be sold and maybe sell for $10,000. And I was trying to figure out which would be their option to do.
Well, I mean, aside from benefits, because I mean, you're assuming this is an SSDI. Are you SSDI or SSI?
SSDI.
All right. So, bottom line is, financially, how are you doing right now? Like, where are you at?
Well, I'm kind of like everything comes in and everything goes out.
Okay. So, bottom line with SSDI, if you sold it, the 10,000, you'd have income. I'm assuming
passive.
It would be passive. I assume, because remember, people always tell me like they've got this or they've got that, and then they sell it and they're like, oh no, there was a sign. We're assuming it's passive and not traditional income, and therefore not countable towards your SGA amount. We're assuming. But look, the reality is what you want to do when you're on SSDI benefits is get things that give you passive investment income that builds up so that's non-countable against SGA. So if you're saying realistically, don't fuzzy me here, but realistically, you will essentially get $300 a month if you keep it.
Right.
Okay. You could. Okay. So yeah. Okay. So very simply, absolutely, definitively, you want to keep it because your goal is to boost your monthly amount over a long period of time. Why? There is no magical horizon where you get another job, right? Where you're earning lots of money.
No.
Yeah. Your whole goal is small amount every month for the rest of your life. I mean, is this the rest of your life situation?
Could be, yeah.
I mean, how old are you? Yeah. What's the expectation for the transfer of wealth? Like, are you going to go on to retirement at some point? Like, what's the plan?
No, I don't have any retirement coming up or anything.
So okay, so you're in your 50s probably.
Yeah.
All right, so all right, so you're gonna sit on SSDI until you hit 67, transfer over to retirement at that point, yada yada yada. All right, so I get the bottom line here is you want to go ahead and increase how much investment income you receive each month. And that's the reality of where you want to be. And you got to be careful too with how you file your taxes, how the income is considered. Just be careful with that stuff because I see a lot of people get bitten because they don't file their taxes properly on what type of income it actually is.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Now, was it the SLMB? At one point, I remember my SSDI check was like $1 over a certain amount 1 year for the SLMB.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know how that's changed exactly, but
Mm-hmm.
it threw me off of the SLMB somehow.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's changed because of the asset. I don't know, asset or whatever, income changes or whatever, federal changes or what. But ultimately, I was like thrown off, and I'm on a Medicare Advantage plan, and I was on the special needs plan, and it threw me off of the special needs plan to where I was on the regular plan, and I was having to pay co-payments. Right now, I don't pay any co-payments for like anything in my medical.
Yeah, remember, I don't know
medication.
all of the little side plans and the state side plans that you're on and what the cutoffs are and how they count income, whether it's investment income or traditionally earned income. I don't know all those. So you're going to have to find out, like, here's the cutoff for this one, here's the cutoff for that one. Like, that's a you thing. You've got to find out what you're bringing in, where the threshold is, how they calculate it. Is it monthly? Is it yearly? That's on you thing, because I don't know all the little state programs that people are on. Because remember, every state is different. Every state's different with their insurance and their Section 8 and their housing assistance and their special copay reduction, or all that. They're all different. So yeah, it's just one of those things. Yeah.
All right. I appreciate your help.
Yeah, absolutely, good sir. But sounds good. I'll catch you a little bit later. You have a wonderful, wonderful night. Okay.
All right, you too.
Thank you, good sir. Bye-bye. Okay, we're going to go ahead and take the next caller. Let's see what we can do. Hold on. We did have somebody call in a couple of times. Let's see if we can get them up here. Hi, this is Attorney Walter Hnot. We are live on YouTube. Remember to use the fake name throughout this process. What is your legal question? Go ahead.
Okay, so I'm 47 years old, and I've been on disability for like the past 7-8 years.
Mm-hmm.
I got a continuing disability review,
Mm-hmm.
and then they told me about 4 months later that they were not going to review me at this time.
Mm-hmm.
And I was on the 5 to 7 year cycle. So I recently found a job that is a work for hire position, and I make it's 30 hours a week, and so I make like $900 a week. And so what's the chance at them coming right back and saying they're going to do the review, or what do I need to do to protect myself? I know that I can work for a set amount of
months.
The trial work period.
Yeah, trial work and then extend eligibility. Yeah.
Okay, so what do I do to protect myself from that continuing disability review?
So, okay. So here's what's going to happen. Basically, you get your 9 months, you get your 3 months extended eligibility. After that, you are not safe. Like the way to put it, you're not safe. Then you're earning over SGA because you're definitely over SGA. In 2 months or in 2 weeks of a total month, you're over SGA. So what I would say is this, like with that whole situation, Mm, okay. Yeah. All right. So with that whole situation, how many months have you used up with the triggering agent for the 9-month trial work period?
I've only used one. I just got my first paycheck back in July, but it was the end of July. So, well, I haven't used that, but I've gotten paid in the month of August, and I made when they want the $1,800, but it was only like $1,400 from it with all the taxes and stuff that they took out. So only 1 month.
Yeah, but
from
remember,
the
it's
trial
not
period.
net. It's gross. So
It's gross.
yeah.
Right.
So
So I've only used like 1 month technically, which would be August, because it's the first month that I've gone over the trial work period amount.
So what you're asking me is balancing the potential loss of benefits against the potential gain of working and having a better life and earning more money. How's it going?
It's going pretty good. The only thing I don't like about it is that it has federal funding, and it's cuts all around, but they keep saying the department that I'm working in is safe, and my work for hire contract is until December. So I'm fine with that. I'm just trying to make it to December, but my concern is, are they going to turn right back around and do a continuing disability review? I mean, I still have the same issues and even some more, but I'm just really trying with the economy like it is, trying to actually make some money to try to cushion myself.
I mean, what's going to happen is you're going to go ahead and, basically they're not going to come after you until, you get through that period. Because after that period, then they're going to be like, hey, look, it looks like you're capable of working. We're going to do a CDR, see how you're doing. But they're going to let you build it. You know what I mean? They're going to let you build it up and then go from there.
Okay, so if the job ends in December, come January, they might be writing me saying, come do a continuing disability review.
So let's say you go through your 9-month trial work period and your 3-month extended eligibility period. At that point, they would probably, take a look at you. You've been working and earning over and say, okay, we're going to do a CDR review, see if you're still disabled under our rules and regulations. So yeah, I mean, that would be the appropriate point at which they would check in, because they're going to give you a little bit of, space to see if you can do it.
Okay, so even though they just had me come up on that 5 to 7 year, they can come right back, is what I'm asking.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, absolutely. Because remember, if you graduate and have a a certificate, that says okay, you now have a diploma, then that's a triggering agent. If you're able to work consistently at a job over SGA, that's a triggering agent. So yeah.
Okay. Okay, cool beans.
Yeah.
I got it.
Perfect.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. You have a wonderful, wonderful night, okay?
All right. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Perfect. We're going to go ahead and go for the next caller. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens real quick. Let's see if we have another caller. We did miss one. Let's try this one out. I'm going to try calling this person back. Let me see if I can get him on the phone real quick. That's odd. Very odd. They might have been trying to call me as I was calling them. Let me see if I can get through again. Says call ended. I think they're trying to call me right now. Let's just give it a second, see if somebody calls through. We're only going to do about 13 minutes or 30 minutes. We're at 14 minutes. Then I have to go to bed, go to work with the homeless tomorrow, which is getting tough because we don't make we lose money on every SSI, homeless type claim that we have now. Every single claim we lose money. So it's just it's not good. It's just one of those things where everything's so expensive now. Everything's ridiculously expensive. So it's just a different world. Just a different world now. Okay, so let me see. We're just gonna wait until basically. And there are other people who are trying to reach out and get a hold of us. I'm just gonna wait and see if somebody else calls in. Do you guys have any questions that you can put in the chat? Question. I got a CDR firm in June. My disability is based on HIV/AIDS 25 years ago. The pills work. However, the side effects of gabapentin and durability are 9+ hours per day. So what was the question? Is the question, are they going to do a CDR? Yeah. So people with AIDS or HIV are going to be a target for a lot of CDRs, CDRs in the future, because a lot of the medications, nowadays they don't cause. Oh, we got a caller. Hold on. Hi, this is Attorney Walter Hnot. We are live. Remember to use a fake name for this process. What is your legal question? Go ahead.
Yeah, I was wanting to, I turned 65 this year.
Okay.
And I'm on disability.
Okay.
Have been since 2012 or 13.
Okay.
Are they going to change my amount? Or, because I did work, but I don't have a 401k or retirement.
So okay, go ahead. Yeah.
The disability's higher. Do I get disability or retire or whatever they'll give me?
So, I mean, at 67, you're going to go on to retirement if you have 40 quarters of coverage. So, do you have 40 quarters of coverage?
What's that?
Quarter of coverage. Like, how many quarters of coverage do you have?
I have cognitive problems. I have I have A and B and
I gotcha.
Extra help with my medicines.
Okay, so what I need you to go ask the SSA is if you have enough quarters of coverage for retirement, and if any of your benefit is paid using SSI benefits. So number one, do you have enough credits for retirement at 67? And are any of your benefits paid in the form of SSI benefits?
Okay, so what happens if they're not when I turn 67? That'll be a couple years.
Well, so you're on SSDI benefits, then you'd have to rely more on SSI. But, all right, let me ask you this: Have you worked most of your life or not really?
Yeah.
Okay, so then you should be fine.
I worked until I started having strokes when I was 51.
Okay. Okay.
And now I've had, it's just, I'm a hot mess, put it that way.
Okay. So just to be clear on this situation, you should be fine. You're just going to transfer over to retirement, essentially at 67, rock and roll from there, and good to go. Yeah.
Okay, because they had told me when I called Social Security before that whoever set me up with the original Medicare Social Security set me up perfect, and I had to really watch like the supplements and advantages because I could lose that extra help for my medicine.
Yeah.
And I can't afford that. I'm paying like $62,000 a year for that.
Okay.
Well, they are.
Right. Okay. So okay, go ahead.
I've been going to the dentist, but I've been paying for it myself because, and I don't know if I could get a plan that won't screw everything up.
Okay. So what you're really asking me is you're on SSDI benefits. You want to know what kind of Medicare options you can opt into.
Right.
Okay. So I don't do Medicare stuff, but I partner with a company that does.
Okay.
So let me give you their phone number real quick. I'll hold up the sign for everybody else. But basically, the phone number is 339
339
226
226
6287.
6287.
Yeah, give them a call tomorrow. Check in with them because the main thing is like I'm not getting any sad or unhappy people. I'm just getting happy people who've reached out to them, talked with them, gone through the audio with them. So reach out to them and let them kind of like do a tune up on your whole health insurance situation and go from there. But because and remember, bring up the things that you want. You want your eye stuff covered. You want your dental stuff covered. You want future potential surgeries covered. Like, plan it out a little bit is what I'm saying.
Right now, I go to a hospital that what Medicare don't pay for, they pay 100% of what Medicare does.
Okay. Sure.
So
Sure. Okay.
that is just like, yeah, I'm not going to go anywhere else. I can't afford it.
Gotcha. I gotcha. Okay. I mean, to be fair though, call some of the other facilities and ask them what's available because you might have more options out there than you realize.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Perfect.
I'll do that, and then I'll make sure I have somebody with me that can help me understand things.
Perfect. Good. Excellent. Sounds good, madam. I will catch you a little bit later. You have a wonderful, wonderful day, okay?
You too, hon.
Thank you,
Been
madam.
watching you. Love you.
Love you too. You have a wonderful night, okay? Have a wonderful Wednesday too. Yeah.
You too.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to check the time real quick, see how we're doing. We're at 22 minutes. We're going to take probably one or two more calls, kind of help out how we can, see how we can help out people in the community. That's kind of why I do these videos. The whole thing is just to help people with questions because, it's tough for a lot of people. And we want to make sure people have the best shot they can and just get them what they need to get. So let's see what we can do. If we get another car, we get another car. Oh, let me go back to the questions real quick. Let me check the questions. Okay, so going back to the whole AIDS, HIV thing. So, okay, so the main thing is a lot of the new medications, they're going to have, over the next couple of years, very likely a near or perfect cure for HIV and AIDS. So will disability benefits still be offered to those individuals? Yeah, but there will be like a transitional period where people just they can't get it for that anymore. Basically those medications would have to fail for that particular individual, which is unlikely because now a lot of this medication is being created, with specific groupings in mind. In 2 to 3 years, it's going to be specifically made for you, like your genome, your genetic strands. So to be fair, like AIDS, HIV, 2 to 3 years, it's going to be a thing of the past. Next question. Question: are severe medication side effects listed in medicine insert severe nausea, severe neuropathy enough to keep me on disability? I'm 61. Yeah. So what they look at is basically impairments, and then they break impairments down into like symptoms. So impairments, and then they break them down into basically symptoms, and then they look for specifically under the symptoms umbrella signs. Signs are medical symptoms that can be measured. So like we trust those signs more than just like generalized symptoms that we can't measure. And then under medication, we look at essentially side effects. And the whole point of side effects is to see if you could, along with the signs and symptoms, do a job in the national economy. Now, look, if you're 61, you're pretty much going to grit out from, not being able to do lighter sedentary work. So yes, symptoms, side effects, signs, they're all going to be useful going forward to basically prove that you should be able to stay on disability benefits. But remember, history of telling your doctor exactly what's going on is going to be pretty crucial for this particular situation. So If you're thinking like, hey, I can just kind of roll through life and not worry, that's not how I would approach this. The way I would approach this is, basically saying, okay, what do I need to basically be found disabled? And you need opinions from medical providers explaining and outlining all of the impairments that you have. And as a result, all the side effects, symptoms, etc., from that stuff. Because if you have that, you're going to be in a much better situation than if you don't. And just to kind of like clarify what I mean by that, you want to have specialists for the different types of impairments. You want to have RFC letters for the different types of impairments. It is crucial. It is super crucial that you do all those things. So that's just kind of the thing to kind of keep in mind. All right. Let's see what else we got here. Any additional questions that popped up? Okay, let's see what we got here. Let me see. SS trust funds retired through 23, but disability benefits are funded through 2057. Yeah, so Christine, the thing you need to know about the trust funds is that currently the retirement trust fund is expected to be depleted in 2033, but technically it should be before that because they got the fertility number wrong in their calculations. So it'll be earlier than that. Unless Trump can like really turn the economy around, which he's doing a pretty decent job so far. The disability benefit trust fund is going to last longer, but the problem is to save retirement benefits, they'll suck the disability trust fund into the retirement trust fund, and that'll only make the retirement benefits last essentially 1 year longer. So then everybody will be in kind of the same boat. That'll be kind of the same shitty situation. So, just keep that in mind. But bottom line is this: the trust funds have a major problem. The major issue is that at the end of the day, unfortunately, we can't afford to make a profit with the amount of taxes that are paid because there's not enough people working. The money that they earn isn't enough. At the end of the day, our dollar is devalued too significantly. So in other words, politicians suck, and people aren't getting together and making babies because we can't afford babies. So yeah. Next question, Walter Yesenia asks if on SSDI, does that preclude being a foster parent? That's up to a court of family law. I mean, so remember too, that's more of a calculation question. If you're on SSDI benefits, like, are you on them because you're a listing level mental criteria where, you're going to be in a mental facility, let's say 5 days of every 3 months? The judge will take that into consideration. Are you at like, $1,100 of SSDI benefits, or are you at like $3,200 of SSDI benefits? Were you given a vocational allowance where you're like, unable to work, but you got the money? Or were you given a listing level criteria where you can't function, you're in a wheelchair? These are all things for like a family law judge. Yeah. Let's see. Okay, let's see what's going on. Sandy said, I actually heard Hillary said he's doing good. I about fell on my chair. She sure, yeah, she wants to stay out of prison. That's what's going on there. Let's take one last call really, really quick. Putting the speakerphone on. Hi, this is Attorney Walter Hnot, Disability Resolution PA. What is your legal question? Remember to use a fake name throughout this process. Go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah. Are you there? Okay, cool. So here we go. I'm just going to pop off that call. And so here's kind of the bottom line. I'm going to check and see if there's any additional questions. If there's not, we're approaching that 30 minutes. Jim Lippy, is there actually a cure for HIV? Technically, no, although realistically, probably, because they probably have one already in a lab somewhere. They just haven't released it yet. Let's see, because remember, they have, CRISPR can like edit that stuff so that it can't replicate, and the whole point of HIV is that it replicates too fast for the body to attack it and end it and kill those cells off. Now they can pretty much stop that through proteins. Let's see what else is going on. Hi, Walter. If someone on Medicare / Part Medicaid and they sell their property, will the disability retirement check stop? It depends on how you classify the sale. But if you're on Medicare, and remember too, so Medicaid is needs based. So I mean that could be in trouble, but Medicare is not so much. But you remember, I don't do a lot of Medicare Medicaid stuff. I do mostly the SSDI SSI benefit stuff. But your Medicare for the most part should be okay. You're just going to keep paying your monthly. but the Medicaid, that is needs based. So if we're talking like you sell it and you don't, move it into some other property or whatever, then, then you have money, Best thing to do with that type of situation is rent out the house or rent out rooms in the house. That's one of the best things, is get your non-traditional income, which is investment income, going, because they don't count that against SGA. All right, let's see what else is going on. When moving from SSDI to SSA, would a person income increase, or is it going to pretty much going to stay? It's pretty much going to stay the same from going from your 66 on SSDI to 67 on retirement. It's pretty much going to stay the same. Remember, SSA is not just retirement. I don't know why people say that. It's not accurate. SSA is a bunch of programs. It's DACs, espousal, widows. That's all SSA. SSA is not just retirement. So if you reference it as that, anybody that knows the field is going to be like, that's not what it is. So SSI, SSDI, spousal widows benefits, auxiliary child benefit, those are all Social Security benefits, all under the Social Security Administration. Okay. Lone Star Robin, when I get an SSDI review, do I add a new disease? Well, you want to add as many impairments to the pile as you can, because when they do a CDR review, they use the 8-step sequential process, and giving you like the layman's version of it. The way it works is they go ahead and look at if your current impairments are as severe as they were. If they're not, they look at new impairments to see if you might meet, equal, or exceed a listing or get a vocational allowance. And if you don't, then they basically kick you off the benefits. So yeah, you want to have any current impairments are worse, more impairments put on top. Okay. Miss D. Atkinson said, Walter, how many years back do you need the information to apply for food stamps? Would depend on the different states. I mean, I don't know. Depend on, and how many years do you need information to apply for? I mean, for vocational like jobs, I don't know. You give me some specificity on that. Jarhead Ed, any update on the arrested veterans case? Which one? I mean, there's a lot of veterans who are arrested for abuse of their benefits. Like which one? I mean, are we talking about the 9/11 scam? Are we talking about the more recent scam? Which one? Let's see what else is going on. I'm just checking for any additional questions. Okay, so her house was burnt down. She only has the property with a destroyed totaled home, and who wants to put sale money into a money market account and hold it. I mean, you could do that. If it were me, what I would do is I would get the county okay for the permit, put a trailer on it, and basically, if it's allowed there, and rent the trailer. That's what I would do. A lot of people don't want to make money on the monthly. I'm not really sure what the deal with that is, but the goal to life is monthly income. It's not chunks of money, it's monthly income, because monthly income equates to chunks of money down the road. Let's see what else. So Spooky Flow said, it's crazy that lawyers know more about medical conditions than doctors. Well, here's the thing. We go into hearings and trials where we have to beat the doctors up. So we have to study that particular impairment at a very deep level. And then we have to figure out how to make that doctor that's not part of our side look really bad, so that essentially an adjudicator or the other side or a jury or whoever is going to decrease the weight of value given to that doctor. Okay. Let's see what else is going on. All right. So with that said, we've reached 33 minutes. I'm going to catch you a little bit later. I have to go to bed to go work with the homeless in the morning. Remember, Wednesdays I work with the homeless at the Smyrna Resource Center. I've been doing that more. I'm actually the longest serving person at that homeless help center out of every person that's ever worked with it. I'm the longest serving person with that homeless help facility. So out of everybody that's there, I think even including the board members, even including the definitely including the executives that are there. So anyways, I will catch you all a little bit later. You have a wonderful, wonderful night. Please remember, I love seeing those stars. If you head over to Google, if I helped you out, please go to Google and type in Disability Resolution Law Firm or Disability Resolution Florida. Throw some stars up there. Have a wonderful, wonderful night. I'll catch you a little bit later and we will go from there. Attorney Walter Hnot, and thank you so much. I'll catch you later, everybody. All right. Bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye.